We are Beatminerz Network for the strong, not the weak.
It's your boy D Greatest from South Central. Tune in on Sunday for Sunday Night Love Jones, 4 o'clock, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and on Mondays for Monday Night Love Jones, 4 o'clock, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time for good music, good conversation, and good vibes. It's all about the love. Yeah, man.
Greetings, brothers and sisters, family and friends. I'm your Minister of Wellness. The vaccines are coming. That's why I'm focusing hard on it today, Sunday, August 23rd, because they are coming. They are already mandating flu shots. They're preparing the masses. They start preparing them with the mandatory mask wearing, and that was just prep. Now they're moving on to mandatory flu shots, and then eventually the coronavirus vaccines will be here. When I say vaccines, there'll be several of them. Eventually there will be 1,000 mandated vaccines. One day you'll look back and listen to this video. For those of you all who think I'm using hyperbolic language when I say that I'm exaggerating, one day you'll look back at this video, just like many of you all have reached out to me and said that in my Power of the G-Bomb series, in one of those videos, I prophesied that this pandemic was going to happen. But yes, there will be 1,000 different. They're already in the making. There's 100 different vaccines in the making. All of them will be approved. We are coming under a medical dictatorship, and it's important for me to pump out as much information as possible, not just for those of you all who are in the know, but you never know who can come across this video and learn the truth, and they might learn the truth after the fact, after they've been damaged and so forth. That's why it's important to go over this information and for you to continue to share it. Next Sunday, brothers and sisters, I look forward to seeing you all that can make it to Jubilee Community Church, 4231 North Grand Boulevard, St. Louis, Missouri, 63107. The satanic American diet is creating mental illness and violence in America. I can't wait to meet you all. For those who can't make it, the live stream, the private live stream link is going out. I must have your email or you will not be able to view the lecture next Sunday. And it's only going to be up for a couple of days at most after it airs live. Click the link in the description box, pin comment section, register your email that way, or go to the ministerofwellness.com and a pop-up box appears, register your email. The ministerofwellness.com, upcoming events, register your email. SatanicAmericanDiet.eventbrite.com, register your email. You also start getting recipes Monday through Friday, including Friday's desserts. Organic sea moss is going out today. Place your back order. More will go out next week for those of you all wise enough to reserve yours. Real organic sea moss is hard to come by. Make sure, brothers and sisters, don't go cheap with your health. If you find another source outside of me for your sea moss, that's fine. Just make sure you are 100% sure about the heavy metal testing and the validity of it. Ministerofwellness.com, ministerofwellness.com, 888-847-8026. Do not wait until the masses go in hysteria. They will buy up every single herb and supplement known to strengthen the immune system. They will do that, and you don't want to get caught in a rush. Make sure you're getting what you need and getting healthy now. Americans are too fat for the coronavirus vaccines to work. They're too fat. Again, vaccines are a hoax. They cause every single disease. They are a hoax. The medical industrial complex is making life so miserable for the average American in response to this Wuhan coronavirus that once a vaccine is unveiled, all to make it all go away, once they produce the savior that the masses are looking for life to return to normal, hordes of mindless, insane food, zombie, dumb sheep, I know that was a mouthful, will line up to take it. Oh, yeah. Yep. They beat everybody down mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, and they're all ready. The masses are ready to take these shots. But again, brothers and sisters, keep in mind, many will listen to these videos after the fact. And that's what I have to consider as the minister of wellness. You might not have to, but I do. Okay. New research suggests that fat people will likely not benefit from any future injections because vaccines only work on skinny people. Listen to this. According to the Kaiser Family Foundation, obesity directly interferes with the ability of pretty much all vaccines to do their job, meaning fat people may as well not even take them. Oh, yeah, of course, they're going to still make them get it, too, because all Americans are overweight, obese. But the latest claim is that fat people will not derive as much benefit from chemical injections as thinner people. Will we have a COVID vaccine next year tailored to the obese? This is an associate professor of nutrition at the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill, about what the obese population can expect once Wuhan coronavirus vaccines are unleashed. Will it still work in the obese? And he's saying that the prediction is no. And he's basing this assessment largely on a study out of China, which found that heavier people who tested positive for coronavirus tend to get sicker or die at higher rates compared to thinner people who test positive. Why? Obesity is linked to over 30 different diseases. Obesity is dangerous. That alone is a comorbidity. The fatter you are, in other words, the more likely you are to develop serious complications or die while infected with the Wuhan coronavirus. Here in the United States, experts likewise claim that obese patients at ICUs in numerous major cities are suffering worse outcomes compared to thinner patients. Why? Fat interferes with the body's natural immune response, causing it to be less efficient or fail at keeping a person healthy and disease-free. I've been saying this for years, brothers and sisters. You cannot be overweight and healthy. You cannot. Oh, you fat shaming. You're darn right I am. Get rid of that fat. Eat to live and live to live. And get as lean, as healthy as possible for the sake of your health. My job is not to make people feel good in their destructive vices. You all should know that by now. I do not care about making you comfortable in your vices. Fat tissue in the belly, liver, and other organs is particularly problematic because it sends out molecules like the hormone leptin that many scientists believe induces a state of chronic inflammation throughout the body. This chronic inflammation then interferes with the immune responses to diseases as well as to vaccines. A healthy immune system turns inflammation on and off as needed, calling on white blood cells and sending out proteins to fight infection. But blood tests show that obese people and people with related metabolic risk factors, such as high blood pressure and elevated blood sugar levels, experience a state of chronic mild inflammation. What does that mean? The inflammation turns on and stays on. All around the world, researchers found that obese people respond poorly to vaccines compared to their thinner counterparts. In many cases, vaccines flat out do nothing in the morbidly obese who typically develop other serious health problems in addition to the infectious disease for which they lack immunity. Obesity is a serious global problem, and the suboptimal vaccine-induced immune responses observed in the obese population cannot be ignored, wrote researchers from Mayo Clinic's Vaccine Research Group in a 2015 study published in the journal Vaccine. Another group that stands to not benefit from any Wuhan coronavirus vaccine is the elderly, who, like the obese, they don't respond very well to the vaccines. And that's most of the deaths from COVID. This is why conventional medical experts are constantly harassing older people to get the flu shots every year, because their line of thinking is that the more vaccines older people get, the better their chances of gaining perhaps some immunity. But my takeaway is that the elderly and the obese and everyone would be best to skip these toxic vaccines that are coming. After all, they're only being manufactured for satanic child sacrifice rituals intend to enrich Big Pharma and others such as Bill Gates. Vaccines are a hoax. They're not safe and effective. They're a hoax. Most of America is overweight, obese. Most of our children are overweight, obese. Coronavirus has mostly killed the elderly. The propaganda is real, brothers and sisters. TheMinisterOfWellness.com, TheMinisterOfWellness.com. That's my online store again. There may be somebody that'll listen to this video 2 years down the line and you've already taken these shots. You've been damaged. I have the vaccine detox package. It can serve as a detox overall, but I just put vaccine detox package because mandatory vaccines are coming. That's TheMinisterOfWellness.com. Also have the Ultimate Immunity Building Package. I have the Lose 100 Pounds in 100 Days book for those of you all who are obese. I have a weight loss herbal extract. I have a reduced inflammation herbal extract. I have a lot of stuff, brothers and sisters, and organic sea moss, of course. TheMinisterOfWellness.com, 888-847-8026. You need help placing an order. Any questions, comments, or concerns, 888-847-8026. We'll be open 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. Central Standard Time today. That's the same number to call if you want me to coach you one-on-one. I'd love to help you get started in your health journey. Just call 888-847-8026. I look forward to speaking with you soon. Go to Facebook and search for I Can Be Healthy. I Will Be Healthy. I Must Be Healthy. Search for that in Facebook. Join our community. I'm also on LinkedIn, Instagram, and Twitter. You can find me on all social media platforms. Search simply by searching for the Minister of Wellness. This weapon of medical tyranny will not prosper against us. We will be healthy. We can be healthy. We must be healthy.
Welcome aboard. This is Build and Destroy. I am HRap. This is a podcast about my people, our lives, our families, our successes, and our history. Coming to you live and direct every Saturday. Or you can catch us on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Deezer, iTunes, or wherever you download your podcast at. You can also come back to Spreaker.com, look for Build for This Network, and you'll be in tune. Now let's go. Good afternoon. As I stated, this is Build and Destroy. I am HRap. Let me start my show the way I start each and every one of them, by acknowledging my ancestors. Without them, there is no me. I want to acknowledge all the ancestors and the people who are connected to them, to the Whitmore family, the Pollard family, the Turner family, the Battle family, the Cotton family, the Harper family, the Bailey, Crisp, Lansdowne, Lakins, Duncan. And if you've listened to the show before, you understand that I am part of the Williams clan. We're in the building. Thank you to the background listeners. Thank you for everybody in the chat room. Thank you for anyone who will be listening to this. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending upon the time you are listening to this program. It's a heavy show. Actually, it's going to lighten up in a little while. I have a special guest, Mr. Walt from the world famous Beatminerz, one of my favorite crews in regards to production. Talk to him about a few things in his life, and then we're going to continue on with Build and Destroy. If you are listening, please hit the like button. Please hit the share if at all possible. And thank you for doing both in advance. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let me get this thing on the road, man. Let me get this show on the road. First and foremost, I want to talk about this situation, a little situation in the sports world before Mr. Walt comes on. I may even open up the phone lines because it's something that's getting on my damn nerves consistently. Thursday night, opener of the National Football League season. And what happens? They introduce the players. The players don't kneel. They stand in unity and they play what is known as the Black National Anthem. And after that, what happened is I'm going to take it as a declaration of war. And I'm dead serious. It's a declaration of war because anytime people stand up, try to acknowledge the injustices that have been happening to anything that's happened, injustices that have happened to anyone in your community or your entire community, and people stand up and boo, what they're saying is to hell with you, your problems, and your people. This is why when I watch television and I hear people speak about what's going on in my community, and they go black and brown and black and this and black and that, this is why I cringe. This is why I have a problem with it. Because we're looking at a situation to whereas, by and large, and I don't care what anybody says, by and large, people don't give a damn about what's going on with my folks. And I know it's a bunch of people, a bunch of pundits where you can't really say that. Well, all I know is anytime people are put to the test, they fail the hell out that test. They fail the hell out of that test. And that test is giving a damn. You know, when things happen in other communities, my people are the first to stand up and say, hey, let's not allow that to happen to anyone. When the shoe is on the other foot, you have to be the perfect victim. Meaning, if you get shot in your back, you can't have any background. If someone stands on your neck with their hands in their pocket, staring into a camera, you can't have any problems in your past. You must be the perfect citizen in order for someone to destroy you and potentially get punished. We've seen it time and time again. We've heard we have to comply. We've heard what about the violence in Chicago? We've heard all these things. Now, you hear groups of people from my community when whoever that was ran up in their school and shot up those children. Whoever that was ran in that damn nightclub and shot up those gay guys, or gay people, or LGBTQ people. When the Branch Davidian situation, when they ran up in the hills and shot those white boys in the militia, and do we look at all white men as if they're the Unabomber? But when you look at a black man who's been destroyed by the system, everybody seems to go, I told you, see, look at him, we knew it, and things of that nature. So that's why I said, man, it's a declaration of war. It's just, you just a piece of shit person if shit like this is funny to you. Or if you need an excuse to have compassion for a group of people who time and time again are displayed on TV being destroyed, and time again people have to have proof. Well, it depends on what they were saying. Now, if you are raped, you don't have to have that. No one has to have that same compassion. Or if you're from another culture, everybody just indoctrinates you into passion. Or compassion, I should say. And that's the end of it, man. Let's fight so this will never happen again, right? And that's just a joke in itself. It's just a damn joke in itself. I'm tired of making excuses. I'm tired of excusing things. I'm tired of saying, hey, not everybody. Going forward, I'm not going to say everybody. What I am going to say, if any, not many. And do we have allies from in our community? Yes, we do. But I'm not addressing them anymore. Because guess what? When people talk about things negatively about people that look like me and that has nothing to do with me, I don't address it. Because it has nothing to do with me. So if you're feeling some kind of way, if you're thinking I shouldn't do it that way, if you're thinking anything, if you're taking this the wrong way, tell you what, more than likely you're one of the people that I'm talking about. I'm tired of searching for approval from people from other communities. I'm going to talk about that a little later. I'm tired of mincing my words. I'm tired of overlooking the ignorance that is the United States of America. I'm tired of everybody coming up with these cockamamie ass ideas, pretending that the problems that we have are not being overlooked, pretending that those are isolated incidents. But hell, just in the last 90 days, just in 2020, we've seen the young brother in Georgia get assassinated and when nobody gonna say anything. Nobody was gonna do anything. We see the brother on Memorial Day choked out in front of the world and everybody want to rise up and blah, blah, blah. And you want to start this slogan, put fire behind the slogan, Black Lives Matter. Now all these leagues realize, now we realize what's going on. It would have only taken me one view of any of those videos to realize what was going on. Damn the 2020 videos. Let's just go back. Let's go back to the 90s when the brother in Texas got dragged. Mr. Bird got drugged by a chain around his neck in a truck. Let's go to the earlier part of the 90s when Rodney King was beat to sleep. Let's go to 1986 when I got my ass kicked by the police. Let's go back to 69 when my pops got assassinated. Let's go to Fred Hampton. Let's go to the way they was treating a dude who was saying nonviolence, to Dr. King. Let's go to 1961 when Medgar Evers got shot. Let's go to 1964 when Brother Malcolm got shot, and you watch Netflix and you see the FBI had to have something to do with this. And let's go to Dr. King in 68. And if you're thinking, oh man, that's never been proven. I don't need proof. I don't need proof that it's God in the sky or wherever he at. So I don't need to have proof that these people out here assassinating us, treating us like trash, and we keep accepting it. You know, it's starting to be annoying to see my people sit around and defend folks who mean you no good. I mean, literally mean you no good. It's not a figurative thing. This is a literal, man, they don't mean no good by you. It's literal. When you have to prove to someone that treating you less than an animal is wrong, you have to prove to the world, oh, well, look at black on black crime. Let me ask you this. You guys probably watch TV. More than likely, you watch TV as well. You watch the news. You've watched the news in your life. If you don't watch it regularly, you skip by the channel at some point. How many times have you seen a whole week of random white guys committing crime? Now, we may be the most populated in jail, but we've already established, and if not, I'll establish why. We may overpopulate the prisons and the jails of the country. But we're not the only group of people there. These rednecks out here doing this crystal meth. Hey, as a matter of fact, go to Vice TV or go to, Vice TV, and it's another one. They got all kind of DEA and drug programs on there. And when you're watching those programs, you know what you see? A bunch of white dudes get arrested for drug crimes. But we don't see those. When you watch First 48, it's a bunch of white dudes on there going to jail too. A bunch of Latino dudes going to jail. Why don't we see those guys on the news? We never see those guys on the news. But at the same time, we are on the news every day, all day, 24/7, 365, as if we are 100% of the population in every prison in the United States of America. And I'm forced to just ask, Why? See, few people have wrote things in the comment sections in the chat room. I'm gonna get back to those after my guest. My guest is supposed to call in about 3 to 5 minutes. I want to start a conversation with you, and then he comes, and then we end our conversation. So don't think I'm ignoring you. I'm definitely gonna address what you're saying, and more than likely, just by the character of the people I'm looking at, it's a 99.9999% chance I'm gonna agree with you 100%. But it's just, I'm tired. I'm literally beat down with, I'm not defending my folks no more to anybody on earth. If you think everybody in Chicago is violent, damn it, I'm from Chicago. If you think everybody in my community is violent, I'm in my community. I'm proud to be from my community. I'm proud to be one of the stewards of my community. So if you're scared, be afraid of me too. Tell you what, all these magical things that you love, music, dance, fashion, tradition, language, stop using our stuff. Don't like 80% of the NBA, don't like 70% of the National Football League, and don't like 8% of the Major League Baseball, and about 3 or 4% of hockey. Don't like us. Don't ask for no damn autographs. Don't buy the damn sneakers anymore. Just turn all our stuff off. Turn your lights off. Turn your internet off. Turn the video game, because cartridges were invented by a brother. Give all our stuff back and pay us. And then let's start renegotiating. But you're not willing to do that. You want to compartmentalize people from my community and act as if their existence is minimal. It's minimal at best. No one wants to be honest in regards to that, though. Nobody wants to be honest in regards to that, because then you would have to truly apologize. Truly. And for these numbskulls in our community that buy into this nonsense, you really need to check yourself. You really need to check yourself, because it's insane. It is truly insane when you stand around and defend people who attack people that look like you. Because guess what? When you attack people that look like me, you are attacking me as well. I don't give a damn if you are the most staunch hoodlum in America. If you don't know about him, you lumping me in, because when I'm not standing there listening to your foolishness, you talk about me too. That's what just utterly blows my mind every time I hear something of this nature. Oh, well, the Candace Owens and the sheriff dude and the new cop dude that they got out there, and all these other guys who always trying to add context and try to be fair and just. But who in the hell is being fair and just when they're talking about the folks in our community? I just don't get it. Where is this need for acceptance coming from? The schoolyard bully don't need compassion. He does not need understanding. Yet, every time somebody that looks like me and you, every time we turn around, this dude, we trying to convince the schoolyard bully that we're nice people. I don't know if any of y'all ever been bullied or ever been a bully. I've been both. And the dude that was bullying me, he didn't give a damn how cool my clothes were. He didn't give a damn about the cool toys I had. He didn't give a damn about any of those things. He just wanted to beat me up every day. And so one day I turned the tables. And I became a bully. And I used to bully bullies, though. I wasn't bullying. I wasn't punching down. I started punching either straight ahead or up. And until people start sitting around going, hey man, enough of this. They're not going to change their mind. Yeah, you got a nice job. You got a nice this and nice that. But those things don't mean anything to you. With that being said, since my guest is late, I'm going to proceed with my show. And I'm going to start with the truth. Truth. I've said it numerous times. I've traveled all over the world, numerous states throughout the country, and all these places I've traveled, and all the things have in common. They don't give a damn about us, black folks. That's from my man 334 Bama Boy. Thank you for the contribution to the show. Much love, my brother. They show all these commercials and all this BS about stopping racism. Exactly. News flash. Racism is nothing new, and it's what the country was built on. Keep your punk ass commercials to yourself. Again, thank you, Jungle. Excuse me. I totally apologize. Thank you, 334 Bama Boy. And it's exactly what he's saying. People act as if, okay, here's my guest, and I stop right here. What's good, my brother? How you doing? Hello?
Hello?
Hey, we got you. How you doing, brother?
All right, brother. I'm okay.
All right, thank you.
Cold, but I'm all right.
All right, my man. Thank you for joining the show. We have live on air one of the dopest producers, 50%, a part of one of the dopest production teams in all of hip hop. Anybody who knows me knows that I'm a gigantic hip hop fan. I like to prefer to these guys when me and my buddies are talking to you as your favorite producer's favorite producer. Part of the Beatminerz, Mr. Walt. Welcome to the show, and thank you for lending us some of your time. You're in the building, man.
Thank you for having me, man.
First of all, you're from. I'm going to introduce you, and then we can get started. This is a brother from Bushwick, the Bushwick section of Brooklyn, New York.
That's right.
And he's one of the dopest producers. He made some of my favorite songs. Him and his crew has made some of my favorite songs because I'm boom bap all the way, or I'm just hip hop all the way. I'm hip hop all the way. I don't put any labels on what we do of our culture. It's just hip hop. But him and his crew have done it the best.
Thank you.
You're welcome, man. Bushwick, man. I'm from Chicago.
Okay.
Talk about Bushwick. How was it growing up in Bushwick, New York?
Bushwick was a little something different. It was, it's regular Brooklyn, but, our area is predominantly a Spanish area, but, we still had our little hood things here and there and stuff like that, but, it's a little different. It's an experience. I'm still in Bushwick. I'm still in the house that, me and Eagle was born in and stuff like that. So we're still here. But, we've been here for a long time.
That's super dope. How did you guys pull that off, man? You still live in the same house that you were raised in the neighborhood you were raised in, with all the success you have. Talk to me about that, bro.
The whole thing that we're doing, the music thing, we just treat it as a 9 to 5. Like, we never made it bigger than what it was. I mean, you have little perks here and there, but this is how we pay the bills. This is how I put my son through college, through hip hop. So, this is, we treat it like a 9 to 5.
Man, that's super dope, man. I mean,
right.
So, first and foremost, congratulations on your son being, putting your son through college. Because not enough of us can say that. Not enough of us do that enough, and some of us don't even have the ability to do it. So anytime I see a brother or a man in general that stepped up and did that, congratulations, man.
I can't fully take all of that. And his mother is a great big part of that too, so. There's some black people putting up black child through school.
Exactly, man. Hey, man, so that my daughter just graduated in August. Me and her mom are extremely proud of her. Yes, man. Yes. It's a struggle, emotionally, physically, financially, and anytime someone does it, we need to salute them.
Thank you.
So, with that being said, man, let's get right into the music. Right, let me get it to you. What were some of your other interests that led you down the road to being a beat miner?
Well, growing up in Bushwick, I was into the music scene, but I always wanted to DJ. So, I first saw my godbrother DJing on. We had a block party. My godbrother was DJing across the street from the house, and I'm riding up and down the street with my skateboard, but I'm like, what are these guys doing? Mm-hmm. And he's plugging in the equipment into the lamppost, and he's DJing on the street, and I'm amazed by this. So I was like, okay, this is like what I want to do. I want to do this. Like, so from 1977 on, I always was intrigued on DJing. Right, so I started DJing around that time, and didn't really take it serious until like the early 80s, where I was really like, okay, this is what I want to do, and I started pursuing it heavy. So I became like a neighborhood DJ after, my godbrother went on to do other things. So I just started, DJing around the neighborhood, me and a bunch of other DJs. Just started doing things, and I used to work in a couple of record stores. So I used to work in this store called Music Factory in Jamaica, Queens. I was the manager there. Okay. And that's where I started meeting a lot of people, like a lot of people in the industry, Q-Tip, Fife, Jerobi, LL, Run, DJ, I developed a lot of relationships with these people through that record store. Okay. So I was dibbling and dabbling in the production, but I didn't really take it seriously, Till one day, the light from Stephen Sonic, he came into my, we were cool because he lived in Bushwick too, but he came into this was 1988, he came into my store and he said, yo, Walt, you gotta listen to this tape. So I said, who is it? He was like, I'm not even going to tell you, but you got to listen to this tape, man. You got to hear this. This album is going to blow your mind. So I said, okay. He's in a black cassette. So he gives me the cassette. I play the cassette. The cassette it takes a nation of millions to hold us back. Public enemy. So when I heard the cassette and I listened to the whole album, I said, this is what I want to do. I want to do production. And that's when I just locked it down. After hearing that album changed my life. So every time I would see Hank, if I would see Hank Shockley somewhere, or if I would cross paths with Chuck D, I would be like, you know what, you changed my life up. You guys are the reason why I'm here.
That's super dope. That's dope. That's super dope.
So I was always into buying breaks and stuff like that, and we never used to call it break beats. We used to call them uptown because we had to go uptown to go get them. You know what I'm saying? We had to go uptown to go get the break beats. So we used to always call them uptown, and I was always into that. You know what I'm saying? I was always into buying breaks and stuff like that. Like, when I was a younger kid, I spent so much money on just buying 45s and walk this way, Harrison, because I will wear them out. So I have to run to the record store, in my shopping area back here, buy 2 more copies and wear those out, and stuff like that. So, we was always into that.
That's dope. Are you who influenced Evil?
Right. I'm the older brother.
Right.
So everything I did, Evil did.
That's dope. How many years y'all apart?
3 years.
Oh, okay. So, if I'm not mistaken, that makes him 49, or soon to be 49.
Right. Because he's gonna be 50. He's gonna be 50. So he's 49 and I'm 52.
Oh, okay. See, well, I had your age wrong because he's my age and you're a couple years older. Right. Okay, cool. That's dope, man. Now, you said now you're meeting Chuck, you're meeting all the superstars in hip hop before they're superstars, first and foremost, which is super dope.
You want to hear who the first guy I ever met?
Most definitely.
The first guy I ever met was Bushwick Bill. You know how I met him?
Wow. No, shoot that at me.
He was in my second grade class.
I forgot Bushwick Bill was from Brooklyn.
Bushwick Bill.
Right.
He's from Brooklyn. Bushwick Bill, we never called him Bushwick Bill. We used to call him Little Richie because he looked like his older brother, Richie.
Wow.
So, being that he was a small person and he had his brother Richie's face, we all used to call him Little Richie. We never called him Will or Bill or whatever. We called him Richie, Little Richie, because he looked like his brother.
That must be some universal thing, because it's this cat in my neighborhood. Him and everybody, all his brothers, his oldest brother, they used to call him Woo. His younger brother William and his younger brother Keith are known as Woo.
Right.
If they all in the same room, we're gonna be confused someday.
Right. But yep. So then, when I worked at Music Factory, I met majority of white. Most of the people while I was working at Music Factory, like me, Q-Tip is the one who called me Mr. Walt. He's the one who actually gave me that name, Mr. Walt.
That was the next one.
And the song, What? There's a line that says, "What's Music Factory without Mr. Walt?" That was me.
Wow, now that's dope. You history.
Yeah. So I met De La. Maceo grew up in Bushwick. He's another one from Bushwick too. Maceo from Bushwick. But we used to always see him when we were younger, but we never really knew who he was. When he grew up, he was like, "Yo, that's the dude that used to live on Putnam." Oh, okay. And then we got reacquainted at the record store. I met so many people at that store and started relationships with people at that store.
Man, growing up in New York had to be insane, man, because the connections you make, I remember just being there for a little while. I used to work at Reuters at the building in Times Square, and just hanging out there and just walking past people. You don't want to fan out. You don't want, because at the end of the day,
and that's not even a New York thing. Like we don't even do that. I was just telling somebody that, like, the other day, like, if we see somebody who's famous, you're just a regular person.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the regular New York thing to do.
That's dope. Because it was insane. I'm walking down the street, like, once I was somewhere and Chubb Rock just started talking to me.
Right.
And I'm like, "Hey, what's up?" I'm really in my head, I'm fanning out. But I have to keep my cool because I'm like, "Hey, he's still a dude." And if he's just talking to me, that means he's just chilling and he don't want to talk about being Chubb Rock. So.
Right. I mean, some of them go a little extra with it. Like, I remember, when LL was, like, going, like, he was on his way.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, Figure and Dapper is out and stuff like that. So he used to walk around Jamaica Queens with his bodyguard. So we thought that was a little extra because you're from the hood and you're from around here. You walk with your bodyguard was a little unnecessary. But that's what he used to do. When Walking with a Panther had came out, and somewhat like people kind of turned their back on LL, and that's when they was like saying, "Oh, you fell off," whatever. Which, if you really listen to Walking with a Panther, it's not a bad record at all.
Right. It's not.
There was just too many songs dedicated to women on the album, but he humbled himself. Walking around Jamaica just by himself, and people liked that. And of course, he was in the process of recording Mama Said Knock You Out and stuff like that. But people have appreciated that because he was like, "Yo, you're from our hood. Like, you don't need all that extra Hollywood shit. Like, you're good the way you are." You know what
Exactly.
I'm saying? So, right.
I always assumed that you guys were part of the boot camp clan. Obviously, I was wrong. But how did you?
We laid the foundation for boot camp. I just have a thing. I'm not gonna, like, a Buckshot was kind of the head, and I can't be in no type of thing where he's the head. I just can't. I can't do that. I can't do that. I
Okay.
Yeah.
How did that relationship develop?
Well, 5FT is the reason why, like, Black Williams, where they're at, because 5 is the one. 5 used to go to school with Evil, and if you know Finster from Finster Bundy, they went to Bushwick High School, and Finster is the original member of Black Home.
Okay.
And he was like, "Hey man, I got my man that used to that hangs with me at the mosque. You know, they had the mosque on Bushwick Avenue, where the Muslims be at, and 5 and Buckshot are Muslims.
Right.
So they used to go to the mosque and study their lessons and whatever and stuff like that. And he was like, "Yo, I want to bring my man Kenyatta through, and maybe I want to put him in the group." And they were like, "Well, let's see what he's about." And he came through. He comes to my house. Right, this is the first time I'm meeting him. This guy walks in the door, and he's looking at, like, we had a whole bunch of equipment, like DJ equipment and tape decks, because my brother was really big in the mixtape thing. And he comes in, like, I don't know this guy from nowhere. He comes in and he's scoping my whole house down. Like, he's looking at everything, and he's casing the house. So I said, "Yo, who the fuck is this dude right here?" Oh, can I turn something?
Oh yeah, you good. You good.
I was like, who the fuck is this man is this? And who the fuck is let this dude in our house? And why are you scoping this place, dude? I don't even know you. Oh, Five was like, "Yo, that's my man, Kenyatta." Blah, blah, blah. I was like, "Oh, word? Well, tell your man to chill, right? Tell your man to chill. We all good here. Don't come up in my house chasing joint. Like, I'm everybody's older brother. Because that's how I always act. Like, I was always, "All right, y'all little kids, what y'all doing in here?" Like, they would do their demos when I would go to work. Because the equipment and all the records was down in my apartment.
Okay.
So, when I would go to work at the record store, Evil would go downstairs and he would bring 5 and Princeton and Buck downstairs and they would do their demo. But they know that I was on some, "Yo, don't touch my equipment," and they would put everything back, right? Put everything back, and think that I wouldn't know what they were doing, but
You there? Hello?
I'm here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm here.
It just went dead. Yeah, man. So
one of the last things that you heard.
They put everything back, and then it went dead.
Right, they would put everything back before I got home from work.
Okay. When did you discover they were doing this?
After I heard the demo.
Oh.
I mean, I kind of knew something was going on, but when I heard the demo, I was like, "Oh, okay, I see what you guys are doing."
Okay. So, next thing up, you guys produce one of the dopest albums ever.
Right.
Into the Stage. You guys do the whole joint. Talk to me about that, man.
We did all the production on that, like on an old Akai sampler, a 612, Akai 612 sampler. This is a sampler that doesn't even read many. It was sampled for maybe a certain amount of time. I forgot the time.
I think it's 6 seconds.
Right, and we would trigger it with an SK100, a Casio SK100, and what we would do is we would take the samples and put them on cassette, right? And then take them to the studio. When these guys got their deal, we would take it to the studio and have the engineer sample what we sampled and then put it into a 950 and an FP. When we did Into the Stage, we didn't know how to use an FP or 950.
Wow.
We did not buy none of our equipment until, with the money that we made from Into the Stage, we took that money to buy equipment so we could start working on the sound.
That's what's up. Next.
Yeah, so when we first started production, like producing the album, all we would do was we would tell our engineer, and our engineer was Swift at the time. So we would say, twist, take these drums and loop these drums, all right, and then take this and loop this on top of it, and do this and do that, and blah, 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 this and that. Like, that's all we did.
Wow.
We weren't on the machines yet.
How long did it take you to adapt to the machine?
Oh, we adapted real quick. Because it was always like that. Like, me and E, we always adapt real quick to a piece of equipment. So, once we got our money, we went to Sam Ash and we bought the SP and we bought the 950, probably the 900, and then we started working from there. And we just, you know, Tip taught me the SP, which he learned from Large Professor.
Okay.
Right? So, majority of the producers out here, we all somehow, some way, learn from Large Professor.
Nah, that's dope.
Yeah, so a lot of the producers on that SP12, a lot of us, we all learned from Large. We learned something from Large. Pete, Tip, me, Premier, all of us learned something from Large.
So all of y'all are like children of Large Professor.
Right. Because Large, let me tell you something about that guy. Large is he's so miles ahead, like, of everybody. When the shit that he was doing in, like, 90, 89, people didn't catch up to that until the mid-90s, right?
Damn.
And I'm going to tell you how amazing this guy is, right?
Okay.
So, fast forward to today, 2020, he comes over here like a couple of weeks ago. And I got an MPCS, right? So he comes in, he said, yeah, you know what? I never even seen this, like, I never really messed with this machine and stuff like that. I thought, it's real simple, and, it's real dope. Like, I told him, this machine changed my life. It's real dope. That man came in, grabbed the chair, right? Looked at the machine, started touching some buttons. I turned around. This man made 2 beats on my machine already.
Damn.
Now remember, I told you, he's never touched an X ever in his life. And he came in and made 2 beats.
And when I'm talking
that
to
guy is amazing.
man, that's an amazing story, and that's where I respect what Of course, we respect the people before us, the Jimmy Jams and the Terrys and the Quincy's and those.
Right,
but
right.
That's why I love hip hop so much, because I look at it like this: when me and you were coming up, they took all that music out of our schools.
Right.
10 years later, we got Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, we got Curtis, we got Run DMC, the Fat Boys, and we took over the world from that. So big ups to you, and big ups to all of the producers that said, nah, well, you can take that, but we'll figure it out.
Right.
So now, you said you couldn't be in any house, but that's hilarious to me. That Buck was the head of the situation. So now y'all got into the stage out there. No. Yeah, into the stage out there. A couple years later, Smith & Wesson comes along, The Shining, sets the whole world on fire. Talk to me about that.
It's crazy because, so we're in the process of doing The Shining. First of all, the recording Bucktown, it was funny because he made the beat for Bucktown. But every time he would record it, like we would do demos here, take it to Nervous, get the approval, and then we would go to D&D and do the whole recording process over, right? So every time we had to mix the record or whatever, Eagle would get sick, and I would have to mix it for him. So he would do the production, but I mixed the record. And I'm telling you, it would be twice. It was twice that happened. So we used to do the demos here before we got to the studio, right? But of course, you know, I'm always going to be, being I'm the older guy, I'm always going to be the one that's kind of got his eyes on shit and whatever. So before we started recording The Shadow, I was like, I was going to do, Spike started work on his solo album. And Jai wanted me to work on the album. So Jai flew me down to Atlanta to start working with Spike on his record. So when I was leaving, I said, yo, E, do not go in the studio with Tech and Steel while I'm gone, because we have to iron out the situation with Nervous to make sure that the money is right. You know, blah, blah, blah. This and that. He said, I got you, Walt, no problem. You know, whatever, right? A couple of days I'm in Atlanta, I'm working with Fife. I get a phone, I call E and say, yo, what's going on? Yo, I'm in the studio with Tech and Steel. I said, I told you not to go to the studio with these guys. Right? He said, yo, we had to get it started, blah, blah, blah. I was like, all right, whatever, right? So we ironed everything out, everything was cool. So we started working on the record. When we started really going to the studio heavy, like we recorded Into the Stage at night, 12 midnight to 6 in the morning. I couldn't do that no more. So when we got the green light to start working with Tech and Steel for The Shining, I said, yo guys, we're going to record this album at 12 o'clock and noon to the evening. Everybody got mad at me. Why we can't record at night? I said, because yo, your ears are fresh. Like, my ears weren't fresh at midnight. So we have a whole day of bullshit, and then we will come to the studio and work. What, you know what I'm saying? Like, your ears are not fresh no more. Your ears are full of whatever. I said, now, we would record, and we do everything at 12 noon, and fucking start end the session around 6 or 8 o'clock at night, our ears are going to be fresh. So that's why even the album sounds like that, because it was a different vibe. You know what I'm saying? Tech still didn't like it, but, you know, look at the end result, though.
Yeah. I mean, going to that thing about fresh ears, talk to that so the listeners will know exactly what you're talking about.
Right. All right, so you get up on an average 8, 9 o'clock in the morning, right, from a night of sleeping, your ears are going to be fresh. So by 12, your ears like really open. So you can go ahead and, you know, work, you can hear shit clear and whatever, and you will get the work done. Whereas if you're going to studio at midnight after a full day of just chilling or doing whatever you're doing, your ears are already muddied out. You know what I'm saying? Like, you've already got a whole bunch of stuff in your brain and in your ear. Like, it's not gonna register as if it would register if it was 12 weeks. You did a whole day of something. And then you're gonna go to the studio? Like, I did that once, I'm not doing that.
You know what's dope about that? That's like being a chef or a food taster, and you cleansing your palate, and then you start eating. The food is gonna taste better. Everything will rock better. And in music, you never think about that, because in most cases, we hear about people in the studio all times of night, just showing up. And this could be why your tracks are melodic as well as bass heavy. Talk to me about that. How did you guys get that combination together all the time? Because it's like a flow, a rhythmic flow, but you keep them heavy drums. Talk to me about that.
Our mentality of recording was we just wanted to go heavy with the bass. So this is more into the bass. So we wanted to go heavy with the bass, and it was our process was all wrong, because we weren't thinking about nobody with home studios. We weren't thinking about anybody with who at that time was Walkmans and twins and all that. We weren't thinking about this. We were thinking about people with cars, people we're with. So I had a friend, Kishan, who had the sidekicker, the old sidekicker back in the days, but he had the ill system again. And he played Diamond D's Solid Got a One Track Mind. in there, and the bass was rumbling, and that shit sounded so great, and we was like, yo, this is what we need to do. We need to make records like this, heavy bass. And then when we were mixing into the stage, we were only mixing in the big speakers. We weren't mixing in the small speakers, which you're supposed to mix in the small speakers. We mixed in the big speakers because we were just concentrating on our bass. And that was the wrong thing to do. So, into the stage is like our first step. So, it was what's the word I'm looking for? We locked in our head like, yo, we have to make the sound sound different because the sound has to show progression. You know what I'm saying? It has to show progression. It can't be as muddy as Into the Stage. It has to be more brighter, and we have to show progression. And that's why the sound sounds like that. That's why when people mention like their favorite album Into the Stage, I kind of cringe.
Wow.
I know Into the Stage is great. I cringe, but to me, The Shining is a better record, and it sounds better. And to me, it's like I have more of a love for The Shining than I do for Into the Stage.
Okay. I'm about to ask you the question that I'm sure every producer, everybody in music always hate to hear, but I have to ask it because you just said what you said. What is your favorite album that you've done? I know, again, I understand it's like having kids. You can't have a favorite kid. But which kid are you closest to? You know, being a parent, you got one kid that you're close to.
I'm going to tell you, it's The Shining. And here's the reason why. So we fast forward to maybe 2010, maybe 2011. My son is in high school. So he takes a music class. So the teacher goes, okay, listen, I want to introduce you guys to music, like, and what I want to do is I want to play some compositions for you to show you how great music is. So the first composition was a Beethoven piece. And then the next competition was like Living in the City or Superstition from Stevie Wonder. And the third composition was The Shining.
Oh.
So my son starts laughing. So he said, why are you laughing? Like, the teacher said, why are you laughing? Like, why is this so funny to you? He said, my father and my uncle produced this record. The teacher lost his mind. Oh my God, are you serious? I said, yes. He said, yeah, my father and my uncle, they produced the whole album. And he was like, oh my God, I have to meet your dad. I have to meet your dad. And when I came to school, he was, the guy lost it. He lost it. So for my son to get that has propelled The Shining all the way to the top.
I mean, that's a great favorite.
Yeah. So, and it was. I had a good time making it. I mean, we didn't exactly see eye to eye through the whole project, but it was still fun to make the record. And me and Tech, we were bound not to see eye to eye. We're both Geminis. I'm June 2nd, June 3rd, so I knew we wasn't going to see eye to eye. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it was still I had a great time recording it and mixing it.
And the funny thing is, Tech is scheduled next week.
Say what?
Tech is scheduled on the show next week.
Oh wow! Get out of here! Yeah. So we butt heads a lot, but like I said, the end result was a great record.
Most definitely, man. I mean, that's when you guys start moving towards the Midwest, and then and of course that's when hip hop started taking over the world as well.
Right,
and it was super dope that, again, I hate to label it this way, but I'm forced to. It was when our music was still prevalent and not the jiggy and the saucy music. And it was like, yeah, we're doing it. I remember going to clubs and thinking, we are really doing this. We're taking over the world. And at this point, man, you guys got y'all fingers in Bahamadia, well, metaphorically speaking. Mike Geronimo, Bahamadia, and another one of my favorite joints, Nocturnal. Talk to me about those projects.
The Bahamadia joint, I loved working there because, you know, we had fun in the studio with her and her manager Chelsea. It was a great time. And of course, Mike was my guy. I had fun recording those records. Nocturnal was a little bumpy because Rock and Rock didn't want us to do their. They didn't want to fully produce Beatminerz record. They was very vocal about that from the beginning. And at the time, we were having our issues. Yeah, they were very vocal with that, which is cool. That's what they wanted. You know what I'm saying? But and we wasn't feeling the same vibe with them as we were feeling with Check and Steal and of course with Buck. So I was cool with it. But also at the time, we were having our issues with Boot Camp, and you know, so we parted ways for a little bit from them, you know, around that time. Like, we still did our songs for Nocturnal, and we still did our songs for The Storm, but we were doing our own thing, and they were doing their own thing.
That's bananas, man. You would never know that. This is a question I have for you. That is right around the time, like that 96, like 92, 96, you know, from 92 to 96 is when I think we lost control of hip hop.
Right.
I think part of the reason is, even though he's one of my favorite MCs, I'm going to blame Nas. And I'm not blaming Nas, but Nas put that damn Illmatic out. And he had LES, he had P-Rock, he had Lodge, he had Tip, and Primo on it. And I think when people heard that, they stopped saying, no, me and the Beatminerz are going to go in the studio, or me and DITC are going to go in the studio, and we're going to create a vibe. And I think people start making hits instead of music. Talk to me about the lack of continuity in the studio, and do you agree with me that kind of blew it up for our Get Down?
Well, I mean, it kind of set it off. Right?
Right.
Set it off, but what is the greatest album of the 90s? Illmatic.
Yeah.
Illmatic is the greatest album of the 90s. So the end result was a great end result. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I'm not blaming Nas. I'm talking about the rest, because, okay, you got some of the greatest producers ever, and you got one of the greatest MCs ever. So inevitably, in my opinion, that's what happens. But when Joe Blow, the up and coming MC, tries to duplicate Nas and that crew, you're not gonna get that. I think it's better suited when you sit. I'm just gonna use you guys as the blueprint. I mean, the reason we love Enter the Stage, the reason we love The Shining, and the reason one of my reasons of loving Nocturnal is because you guys had continuity.
Right.
If I'm not,
but you know what, though?
Okay.
Not to cut you, but you know what? With Illmatic, he had all these other producers on there, but he had Lodge steering the ship. So Lodge was a vital part of that. So of course you got the Premiers and you got the Chips and you got the Peeps. But Lodge was the last say so.
Right.
Like Lodge was the one that said, okay, this, do this, do that. So that still kept the continuity to in the record. So if you have that, you know what I'm saying? Like take an album like Blueprint.
Mm-hmm.
You know that album is all Reasonable Doubt. That album is the way it is because Dame Dash is the one who said, boom, 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 this is what you need to rhyme on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. That's why, you know, I love Jay and the whole time, but you're not going to get a dope album from Jay no more because Jay was not there. The last dope album that Jay gave us was Black Album. Jay was there.
You know, I agree 95%, but I agree, the 5% I disagree is because I really like this 444 for the very same reasons you're saying.
Right, 444 was a cool record. It was cool, but it wasn't touching Black Album. And
Oh no way.
It wasn't even on that level. But 444 was a good album. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even know if I put that up there. Like,
Oh, no. No. What I'm saying is,
it showed maturity. It showed maturity.
and no. What I'm saying is that vibe is there. That vibe that,
Right.
like you said, Large did,
Right.
and then that vibe that Dame did, and the vibe that you guys had on Into the Stage and The Shining, that was there. You can feel it. It's like we're connected.
Right.
And that's what I think the culture is missing, to be perfectly honest with you. Everybody keep trying to kill the culture. Hip-hop is dead, yada, yada, yada. I'm not trying to get no words from that. None of that. But
Hip-hop will never die.
ever.
We will always have the people who love hip-hop. They'll always be around, and they'll always want to make. There's always going to be somebody that wants to make a hip-hop record. You know, but they're putting their twist on there. Like, J. Cole wants to make a hip-hop record.
Right.
So he's putting his twist on that. Kendrick wants to make a hip-hop record, but he's putting his twist on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, regardless of how you look at it, it's hip-hop. My son always tries to put me up on new stuff. You know, and I give it a fair shake before I shoot it down. You know what I'm saying? Like, but if I hear a little effort in what you're doing, I give you props on that. Like, the baby makes music for his generation. But if you pay attention to him, he has a little flow to him, and he's actually rhyming. He's actually, like, putting bars. Like, I'm not going to say bars, because that's like a simple thing to say, but he's actually making sense, and he's actually got a vibe with it. You see what I'm saying? So
Exactly.
You can't be mad at people like that. Like, so he's a person that I'm talking about who still will make an effort to make a hip-hop record. You know what I'm saying? So there's still some people out here like that.
And the ASAP crew, they do the same thing.
I love Rocky and I love Ferg, even though I just heard that Ferg is not in the crew no more. But to me, Ferg was the best one. Ferg was the best one.
While we on this page, MCs that you haven't worked with that you think you'll be good with. You got a list, or you working on something, or talk to.
Well, Redman. I'm dying to make this Redman record. I always come so close and it never happens.
Wow, Redman, but you guys would be insane.
I always get close and it never happens.
One of my favorite MCs is Sean Price. Was Sean Price, rest in peace. How was it working with him?
Well, when we were doing Nocturnal, like I said, we was having our issues, but it's still, he's one of the best guys to be around. So even when we was having our little bullshit here and there, it was still fun to be with him. So as we got older, we started doing the boot camp records, and Sean would be on the records, and he's a very picky guy, right? So when you give him a beat and he turns that beat down, and you're trying to figure out like why is he so like this beat was dope, why would he turn it down? But then you hear the shit that he's rhyming on, you go, you know what, I'm not even mad at that. Like, he knows how to pick beats, especially for him. You know what I'm saying? So I was never mad at. He's very picky. I was never mad at the fact that he turned the beat down, because I heard what he picked instead, and I wasn't mad at that.
Well, another one of my favorite albums, man, is when what is it? After Chemistry. Is that it?
Alter the Chemistry?
Yeah. Talk to me about that album. That album was insane.
Yo, I'm gonna be real. I don't know if I should be saying it, but I don't remember anything about that album.
Wow.
I remember one beat I made. Where I chopped up Jacking for Beats, the talking part of Jacking for Beats.
Yeah.
I remember that beat, but I don't remember anything else off that record. That record was just a quick. He did the record with Ninth, and they wanted.
Right.
But Drew Hahn knew. All right, this Buckshot with Ninth is something new that the people he's trying to work with the people, but I know they're still going to be craving for a Beatminerz because they want people, regardless of what, and regardless of how you look at it, people always going to want boot camp with Beatminerz.
Exactly.
I'm not mad at that and the whole nine. And so if I do a boot camp record, like any type of record from Black Moon on, I'm not doing it because I want to do it. I'm doing it because I know the fans, and that's what the fans want.
Man, it's
you know
like,
what I'm saying? Like
peanut butter and jelly, man.
Right. Like, I'm doing it because that's what the fans want. Because, look, when they perform, these guys got a million records with a million producers. But when they perform, they only perform the majority of the Beatminerz songs. Buck did 3 albums with Ninth Wonder. He only performs the Beatminerz songs. Wow. He don't perform none of the Ninth Wonder songs.
Damn. Those were 3 nice albums, too.
Yeah, but no one doesn't, like, people, they hear it and they're cool with it, but they want that Beatminerz shit.
Why don't more people use you guys, man?
I don't know. Because people go for what's popping now. So, or what's popping at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we stay true to the form.
Mm-hmm.
We stay true to what we believe in, and that's why people respect us. Because we never changed our sound. We never adapted to. First of all, we never tried to sound like nobody. We never did the it thing, like whatever the it thing was.
Mm-hmm.
We never did that. We did the traditional Beatminerz sound, the sound that people loved us for. And I guess to some people they didn't like it, or some people they felt like they had to change their sound. We were refusing to change our sound. So because one thing is important to us, the fan base. Our fan base is important to us, and I personally did not want to let them down. Like me and my brother at the same mind frame, so he's the same way. I don't want to turn them away. You know what I'm saying? Like those are the people who made it possible for us to be here and for us to still do our thing to this day. So a lot of producers change their whole sound and to I guess be relevant. And I'm not saying that we're not relevant, but we're still working to this day. It's 2020. We came out in 1992.
Right.
And we're still working to this day because we kept it true to what we believe in.
And as a fan, thank you. And just know when I unwrap some music or download it or whatever we're doing at this point,
right.
I go to the jacket and I look for the Beatminerz tracks first. Anytime I see anything, I play them first, and then I say I'll get back to the rest of this because I expect, like you said, I expect it to be dope because who it's coming from. And when I see the Beatminerz, it's like yes.
I'm like that with like Crisis. I'm like that with Knox, and I'm like that with Premier and P. Like if I see their names on a record, I go directly for their song.
I was going to ask you about the Warzone, but I have to ask you this question because it was burning in my chest. Give me your, like at the beginning of the show, I said your favorite producer, and I truly believe that. Who are your favorite producers? We got Crisis, we got Pete, we got Primo. Who else?
all-time favorite. Yeah, P is my all-time favorite. Knox is number 2. I love Knox. Knox is. Listen, I might be a little. I might get shot for this as soon as I walk out my door, but I think Knox is better than Dilla.
Woo!
Yeah, I think Knox is better than Dilla because Knox could take anything, and like if you follow him on social media, yo, this guy cranks out beats like a million beats a day, and he can make a beat out of anything. And that shit will sound funky. It doesn't even sound forced. Like this shit doesn't sound like I'm gonna make a beat out of this. I'm gonna force myself to make a beat. No, his shit sounds so easy and smooth and stuff like that. You know. So Knox is number 2, Cream is number 3. Crisis is number 5. Crisis number 4, and the only way I gotta take Crisis off, hold on, because I still gotta put the Bomb Squad on it. Bomb Squad is the other reason why I'm here, and the Bomb Squad is like to this day, I still listen to some of the stuff, and I'm like, how did they do that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
And the 5th,
you don't even have to put them in order. Just name them.
I just happen to do that.
Oh, okay.
Put stuff in order and stuff like that. Maybe oh man. Marley got some shit. Like Marley has some beats that was like, wow, I wish I fucking made that beat. Like, he got a couple of joints that I was like, yo, I wish I made that. Marley maybe a 5, just because of the legend and the shit that he just put into the game.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And then, then there's others like Get One and like I said, Crisis and of course, Raj and I was a big Solid Scheme guy. Like Dr. F's first album, oh my god, the production on that shit was crazy. And of course Dr. Dre and Mike Dean and N.O. Joe from Houston.
That's effects. The beats were awesome, but you know how you feel about Ultramagnetic?
I was never an Ultramagnetic guy. I was never an Ultramagnetic guy.
That's me with DOS. That's how I am with the DOS Effects crew.
Right.
They're my Ultramagnetic. Yeah.
Like everyone loves Ultra. Like me and Pop would have long discussions on how dope Ultra was, and I just never got it. I never got it.
Trust me, I understand. One of the guys in the chat room, one of my long-standing homies, man, he like my brother, and every time he brings up DOS Effects, he looks at me and laughs. So.
But let me tell you something, man. I respected DOS. Well, we had a club, like Day One Effect. I don't know how it was in Chicago, but in New York.
Oh no, it was insane.
We had a club called Mars, and used to pop off every Tuesday. When they threw that record on, that place went bananas. Like, you thought it was going to be total chaos in that spot. And then we had another spot called The Arc in Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm.
And DOS Effects performed there. And they used to show this video on this video show, Radio Music Box out here. When that record came on, I swear to God, it looked like that place was about to cave in. So the visual aspect to that just made you boost up that whole thing. Like, I heard the whole album before, like 2 years before it came out.
Dang.
So, yeah, because when we heard it, it still didn't have the effect that it did when we actually saw the reaction to these records. Like when we heard it, we thought it was dope, but it still didn't put it over until we saw how people reacted to Day One Effect, and then after that was Mike Checker, and then with those records, when you saw the reaction, that's what took it over the top.
Yeah, I mean the production, like you said, was insane. I just really wasn't feeling the rhymes. I'm like, yeah.
But it was something different, though.
Yeah, I just couldn't.
Listen. When you heard Rakim say the 7 MCs rhyme, your life, whatever you were doing, if you were an MC, when you heard that, you crumpled up your rhymes and threw it away because you said to yourself, "I'm doing this shit wrong."
Wow.
After you heard that 7 MCs rhyme, right?
Right.
God's Success wasn't Rakim. Like they didn't bring it. Like they wasn't on that Rakim level.
Right.
But it was something different. So with those rhymes and that the way the production was, it was a match made in heaven. And they knew they had something there.
I feel you. You know what? I can relate because I'm underground for life. I'm Beatminerz. I'm Boom Bap. I'm Primo. I'm DITC forever, right? And I remember my senior year of high school, 88. I'm KRS-One crazy at this point. I'm arguing with all my buddies. You know how it goes. You argue with all your friends who the dopest MC is. KRS-One was the greatest MC ever. Big Daddy Kane turned me into a hater. You know why? I went and bought that Long Live the King album. And I liked it more than I liked KRS-One. I gave it to my man who I was just telling you about here in the chat room, Big Illinois. I said, I don't want this. This is whack. Knowing in my heart that Big Daddy Kane was insane.
Right.
Every time I hear I feel you. It's like, but I'm like you with Ultra, man. I just whatever it is about Ultra, I know the feeling because I had arguments with guys like you going, nope.
Right.
I don't feel it. But guess what I did feel? That Warzone album. Talk to me, man.
The Warzone was our comeback together as a unit because, like I said, we had an issue. We had an issue with boot camp, and we weren't fucking with them. They wasn't fucking with us.
Okay.
What brought us back together, or what made us start working was when Tupac died. When Tupac died, Beatminerz and Boot Camp happened to be in Miami, and we were walking down the street, Collins Avenue, and Bob ran into Buck, and he was like, "Yo, let's start working together again. Like, let's put this bullshit behind us and let's start working." So I was like, "Listen, I don't have an issue. Let's do it." So we came in. We got hired to do a remix for Ziggy Marley that never came out. Like, we played it every once in a while, but we got hired to do this remix, and we put Buck on it. So it was kind of like the Return of Black Moon on that record. So they had the Eagle and Buck on it. So that kind of opened the gate for us to start recording. And then we just went in and started doing records. I love the Warzone album. It has a couple, like, All Swap to me is my favorite Black Moon record of all time. Like, the mix on that record was incredible. There was a couple of records that didn't have any connection, like, that showed that we didn't have a connection to each other. Like, the Frame record, after listening to it, I was like, there's no connection here. And the record he did with Louisville, there was no connection there. But you had great records like Onslaught and Throw Your Hands in the Air and something else. Annihilation with MOP. Those records, and Warzone, the title song, those records, I appreciated those records.
That song was insane, man. The title track was insane.
Thank you.
That was insane. Now, my favorite song of all time that you guys produced, a lot of people don't even pay attention to it. It's called Tools of the Trade.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I love that song.
That's my personal favorite.
Thank you.
Because it's just perfect. The rhymes, the beat. Right. You guys were made to make that song. That's like, hey.
Yeah, we did that song.
Oh, okay. That one was insane. That song is insane.
Thank you.
And it was another song that I really liked on that album. I don't know who produced it, but Gun Rap.
Yo, I forgot Gun Rap.
Yeah, I love Gun Rap.
I did that one. I think I did that one.
Man, that was insane too. So now it's the
that was supposed to be the Raucous record that was when Texas Hills on Raucous.
Yeah.
And that was supposed to be the Raucous record.
That song was nice. That song was nice.
We recorded that for Raucous. Yeah.
Speaking of that, I was going to ask you about that next. You guys did some solo joints on Raucous Records. Talk to me about Raucous and how that whole vibe was, because Raucous was holding down the underground for a long time.
They were, and they were making great records. One of the things I wish I regretted, so one of the things that I regretted was telling Jared, the owner of Raucous, telling him, yo, you guys are doing great music and you guys are really like doing incredible shit. I should have never told him that.
Wow.
Because after that, yo, they just started fucking up over there. They started catering for like Def Jam. Like they started to try to make Def Jam records. And I was like, yo, what are y'all doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, you guys had the underground on lock. Because if you really pay attention, when Raucous got to what priority, that was the end of Duck Down for them. Like, once priority locked in on Raucous, they got rid of Duck Down.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but you know what? That was the game plan. Because Brian Tanner told me that. Like, yo, once we got Raucous, Duck Down was gone. Duck Down was out of there. And then on top of that, you're getting the Beatminerz, and you're getting Coco Brothers, Smith and Wesson.
Right.
Yeah, goodbye. That was his game plan, because Buck and them, they didn't really appreciate that deal that they had with Priority. Like they dropped the ball a lot on that. So while they were digging their graves, Raucous was just putting out records after records that was really just doing what they're supposed to do, especially with that Black Star record. And they were like, you know what? I'm not dealing with the headaches of Duck Down anymore. Boom. And they got rid of Duck Down and went for Raucous.
Damn.
So, yeah.
The music business do us in every time, don't they? The business.
Right. Yeah.
The business gets us every time.
Right. But then, you know, Garrett and Brian, they just started doing dumb shit. Like, they started recording records that sounded like something that Def Jam at that time would put out. And I'm saying to them, like, no, why are y'all making records like this? This record is not a Raucous record. Like, now, of course, Raucous, I'm not saying Raucous made all backpack records. No. Raucous made good records, but it's still locked in hip-hop. But then you started making records with certain artists that's not even under the Raucous umbrella. And I'm like, yeah, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? So, you know, they started dropping the ball after a while. And then they really dropped the ball on our project. So I was just like, yeah, that's when I became anti-Raucous. Like, yo, you guys really showed your true colors out here. Like, come on. So that's when I started, fuck workout.
Yeah. I mean, but that's how it always is, man. That's like the story of hip hop at this point. You come in, you're an outsider. You listen to the good music. You put the money behind the good music. And then instead of being happy, making very good money with very good music, you go, no. We don't want to be Motown. We want to be Arista.
Right.
And it's
you look at that, at them like, dude, you're straying away from your own sound. What are you doing?
Even though you guys have your own blueprint, I want to make a suggestion. I want to hear you and Master Ace do something.
We tried a couple of times. We tried a couple of times. I love Ace.
Yeah.
I love Ace. Ace is one of the greatest dudes, man. And he's such a, he's such a great person. You know what I'm saying? Like, I fuck with him every once in a while when I do see him. Because he's a big Eagles guy.
Yeah.
I don't know how you're living in New York and you're an Eagles fan, but hey, whatever.
Amazing. That is amazing. A Brooklyn, New York guy who loved the Philadelphia Eagles.
But he's an Eagles guy. I'm like, I always fuck with him, but I'm a diehard Giants fan. But lately my team has just been in rock bottom, and his team, he won a Super Bowl, and they're constantly in the playoffs. So I kind of toned it down. I really don't say anything anymore.
Hey, so that means you're a Knicks fan.
No, I'm not a Knicks fan.
Whoa!
Yeah, I'm not a Knicks fan. I love basketball. I love basketball as a whole.
Okay.
I'm not a Knicks fan. I go to Knicks games.
Okay.
Because they're in New York. I haven't really been to the Barclays yet to see a Nets game. But I go to Knicks games, but I'm not a Knicks fan. And I'm just a diehard Yankee fan and a diehard Giants fan.
Oh, well, my partner in the network, my two partners, DJ Mad Knox, and he from Jersey, and my man, number one Chief Rocker, Jersey Vern, they from Jersey. They're Giants fans, and they're loving you. That you said the Yankees, that you said and the Giants. They're loving that right now. If I'm gonna check my chat room, it's almost a miracle that Knox is not acting fool in here. And after I said that, I know he's gonna be all over me after the show. You heard him say what he said. I already know it. And if Rocker listens to this later, I'm gonna have to stab him to get him to be quiet as well. So, but yeah, okay. Well, you have to listen to the show on Tuesday, man. You have to listen to my sports show on Tuesday. I'll see you tonight.
Right.
Call in, talk crazy with me. Now, I know you told me you only had a little bit of time, so I'm gonna hurry up and wrap this up. Unless you still got time.
I mean, let's see where we go.
Okay, cool. Beatminerz Radio starts. Talk to me about that. And I was listening to you today around maybe like 1 o'clock.
Right. Beatminerz Radio was a thing that we started in '97.
Okay.
On the Pseudo Network. Right? The Pseudo was like, it was like one of the first internet things from back in the days, and we started this in '97. And we were in charge of the hip hop at the Pseudo Network. So we took that and eventually just made it, took it with us out of Pseudo. We were looking for a home or a place to do it. And at the time, Ustream was popping.
Okay.
So Maceo from Daylight was on Ustream, and he called me one day and said, "Yo, what are you doing?" I said, "Well, right now we're looking for a home for Beatminerz." He said, "Yo, come over here on Ustream. Come over here, man. Ustream is allowing people to stream and whatever." And I was like, "For real?" And I had just came off of doing Big Kicker Radio on on XL.
Mm-hmm.
With Pops and Days and a bunch of other people, and it was me and Heather B. It was our show, and I was just looking for something to do with Beatminerz Radio, and he was like, "Yeah, come over here." So we started doing it online, streaming on Ustream, and fast forward to now, we have our own platform. We have our own app where we're 24 hours, 365, I do the programming. Me and Eagle, we play on the station, and we try to play all new music. We play new music, but we also play our music. You know what I'm saying? So you might hear, a whole Griselda thing, but then after that you're going to hear Wham. Then after Wham, you might hear Run DMC. After Run DMC, you might hear Crucial Conflict. After Crucial Conflict, you might hear Tribe Called Quest. After Tribe Called Quest, you might hear, Anderson .Paak. So we're all over. But it's all about good music.
And that's the key, man. Why? Okay. What happened? Okay. I don't even know how to ask this question. I don't know how to word it. I'm going to just put it out there. But how can me and you and other people like us, because I think people have gotten lazy. I was trying not to say that, but hip hop fans have gotten lazy. Me and you, like, I was a dude who was coming into your record store all the time. I'm digging through the crates, stealing, but that's another stuff. But I'm digging through the thing. I'm trying to find the newest album at all times. How can we get people back into just searching for hip hop? Because people, my number one complaint is people always holler, "Oh, it's not like it used to be," but it is. It really is.
Everything is at your face, in your face, but here's the thing. It's not. It's mostly we're trying to cater to people our age.
Right.
Right? But here's the thing. People our age, they need whatever has to be in front of them. If it's not in front of them, and if they have to search for it, they're not going to search for it. There's only a few of us that will do that. A majority of us is not going to do that. So, right, let's take this Instagram thing for instance.
Okay.
Everybody has Instagram. Now, all the DJs, you're DJing on Instagram, but of course Instagram shuts us down. Now, we're also on Twitch. We're also on Periscope. Well, we're here and there, but people like us, they're not going to, if they have to download Twitch, they're not going to do it. If they have to download Periscope, they're not going to do it. Why? Instagram is right on their phone already. And it's already there. It's all about convenience. So, if a person like De La Soul, if De La Soul's not on a prominent label, or if De La Soul's new album's not in front of your face, you're not going to know that it's out. Because you're going to have to search for it. Prime example, Black Moon put a record out last November.
Yes.
Right? They put a record out last November. I still have people saying, yo, you still do Black Moon? When's the next time Black Moon put a new record out? So, these people don't search for the music. You know what I'm saying? The music, if it's not in front of their face, they're not going to know what's going on.
Yeah, man. It's annoying because, again, it's like, oh, what about this guy? I remember recently, maybe about a year ago, I talked to one of the homies, and he was like, hey, man, I'm playing De La Soul. He was like, man, I wish they had a new album. I was like, this is the new album.
Right, see? That's what I'm saying. If it's not in your face, like prominently in your face, yo, you're not going to know what's going on. People say, yo, you guys still make beats? Beatminerz have put a record out, either a self-produced record or a remix, or we produce for somebody straight consecutively from 92 till 2020. We put a record out every year. We have a record out every year.
Right.
Right? People go, yo, I wonder if Walt, he's still making beats. Really?
and
People didn't know I had a record out earlier this year with Naughty by Nature. That I did with Naughty by Nature. No one knew about that.
We have to create a network in which we can get people in their face.
Right.
Get it in their face.
And you know what? Radio station-wise, that's what Beatminerz radio is supposed to do, or that's what Rock the Bells is supposed to do. Like Rock the Bells is a station just like Beatminerz that is the platform for artists like us.
Right.
Older artists or artists that, do boom bap type hip hop, traditional hip hop.
Right.
Right.
Or as Charlamagne the God calls it, adult contemporary hip hop.
And you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. Man, that was the whole goal for Beatminerz Radio, like an avenue for us to put the music out. Rockavelle's is on a different platform, so Rockavelle has to be that platform for us.
And the crazy part is, and then you have to pay to get Rockavelle, so we jump out of a box and jump into a box.
Right.
And the thing is, to be honest with you, I don't mind that everybody is not on the traditional hip hop sound. Let them do that's, no disrespect, bibbity, do that over there, and I'm cool with that.
Right.
But
I just don't have to listen to your music.
Right. That's like I got homies.
I don't have to listen to it.
Yeah, I got homies. Oh man, they messing it up. They're messing. Like no, they're doing their thing, and I'm cool with it. This is mine.
Same thing when we were growing up.
Right.
When we were playing Run DMC and Houdini and all that, our parents was like, "What are you doing? This is noise." Blah blah blah. This and that. So it's the same thing. Because now when my son comes in and he plays this stuff, I'm like, "What is this, man?" One day he came over here and he played what's the guy that passed away? I don't know how to pronounce his name.
Yeah, I don't know him either. I don't know him either. I know he passed away, but I don't know him.
Right. My son came here and he said, "Yo, Dad, you gotta hear this." And he had a song called "Sippin' Tea in Your Hood" or "I'm Sippin' Tea in Your Hood," and it's just him yelling. And then my son had the nerve to say, "Oh, he has bars." I said, "He's yelling. How the hell you do he? How do you know he has bars? When all I'm hearing is yelling, I'm hearing cursing, and I'm like, it's no music, there's no soul for this song." You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But that's their generation.
Yeah.
It's not our generation. You see, with every song that he will bring to the table, I will counterattack with a song from our generation.
Right.
And I'll say, "Yo, listen to this." So he loves all the music that's out now. He's a DJ, he's a big DJ in Connecticut, and he's a producer. He's following in my footsteps.
Congratulations.
So he loves all the music that's out now, but he still rocks with our music because his favorite group of all time is Wu-Tang.
Awesome.
So, it's the best of both worlds with him. And that's cool. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. Like, I love it. You know what I'm saying? Because at least he's understanding where all this came from. Some of these artists they don't understand it, and that's where the disrespect comes in at. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, we're wrong for shitting on their music and shitting on their MCs and saying, "Oh, you guys, your music is trash, whatever, your music is this." But we're also, we're killing ourselves by not listening or giving their music a chance. Like, before you shoot it down, listen to it before you shoot it down.
Exactly. And you know what? I don't even shoot it down anymore. You know what? I just tell my son, because my son's 27. His favorite, like your son, his favorite MC is Nas. Your son is Wu-Tang, that's Nas. So I just say, hey man, that's not for me.
Right.
Because it makes and what you said is exactly the reason I do that, because I remember when we first started to take over the world. That's what I call it. When we first started to take over the world, and everybody told us by 90 it'd be over.
Right.
And I remember my mother saying, "Turn that shit down. They're not even singing, they're talking."
Right.
And that's why I make it my business not to diss this new hip hop. But I don't have to like it, but I don't have to listen. It's like anything else.
Right.
I don't like the movie Bridges of Madison County. When it comes on TV, I just turn. It's like, but like
I didn't like fried green tomatoes.
right. It's like I'm not watching that, and I'm not listening to your rap. And but my son, and the beautiful part, and I'm sure you share the same thing with your son. The beautiful part is he knows what I will like. So he goes, "Hey, check this out," or he'll text me a song. You'll like this, and now we still had a music connection because
Right. It took a minute. It took a minute. Because,
Yeah.
like I said, everything to these kids is bars. Like if you just say 2 words that rhyme, it's bars. Oh,
Yeah.
it's got bars. No, it doesn't work like that. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't work
not
like
at
that.
all.
But as they get older and they listen to what we're doing and they look at what we lay down, they don't really consider certain guys as bars. So when my son Terrell said, "Yo, listen to the baby," he played the Suge song for me, and I said, "I hear where this guy's coming from, and I get it." And I said, "Yo, okay, I understand. Like I can tell that this guy, he took time out to understand who came before him.
Mm-hmm.
It's a conceptual song, whereas you got like." I don't know, Trippie Redd, I don't know who these guys are.
Yeah.
But they just sing whatever, or Kodak Black, they just sing whatever. But then you have people like I said, The Baby, or you have Corday, YB and Corday, like making conceptual records
Right.
concepts. Right? And you're like, okay, see these guys, they get it. So there's still some hope. There's some hope there.
When we came up, the producer, and I'm sure you guys do this, the producer didn't just make the beat. He pretty much taught you how to spit your rhyme, or told you that's not the way you say that. Is that fading away because it does not say, or okay, that's a 2-part question. Is that fading away, or is it just due to ignorance people don't do it anymore?
Well, a lot of production is everyone's nailing the beats and like internet. Just send me the 2 tracks or send me the waves and stuff like that.
Right.
And they're sending it to the rapper, and then the rapper has free range.
Wow.
He records the song, and then the song is done. That's not where we come from. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Our school, right? And I have posted this like maybe last year or the year before on Instagram. And I said, yo, what's missing is the actual connection between the rapper and the producer. There's no connection. You know what I'm saying? And also, what's also missing is the friendly competition we have with each other.
Facts.
I'm going to be real. I make records to impress my peers.
Mm-hmm.
I make records to impress. So I make records so Large or Pete or Chip or Prince will go, wow, who did that? Walt did that? Oh shit, that shit is ill. He did that? Oh, that shit is dope. You know what I'm saying? Like, to make them go and work hard. I remember when I made Warzone, right?
Shoot.
When I made Warzone, I was in the A room at D&D, and Preem was like, yo, what the fuck is going on? He was in the B room. And I was like, oh, this is Black Moon. He said, well, that shit is crazy. Preem goes in, and he makes Kick in the Door.
How did I know you were about to say that? I swear to God, I knew you were about to say that.
So I'm hearing Kick in the Door, I'm like, yo, what is this? He's like, yo, this is the shit I'm doing with this. Yo, it sounded like a monster was coming through the door. So I was like, yo, I gotta go ahead and make something. So that's what we did. We would drive each other to work. So I said the Black Moon sessions were at midnight. Before I would go to the studio to go work on Black Moon shit, I would go to Battery Studios to go visit Tip, because they were doing Midnight Marauders. And I'm hearing the shit that they're doing, and I'm like, yo, I gotta go to the studio and make some dope shit. So we all had that. Like, we were all come to each other's sessions and actually listen to what we're working on and go, and that shit would inspire us to go to the studio and make some doper shit that we just heard from, what we just heard. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. That makes that.
And there's no connection now with that. Like, now everybody's cooped up in their own crib. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They're not actually going to, like, to this day, I'll call free. Well, what you doing? Oh, I'm working on such stuff today. Oh, he coming by. And we will come by and we will hear all the shit that Frank's doing, and that shit will be like, yo, okay, I gotta go home and work. Or I'll be like, yo, we'll go to Tip's house. And yo, what's you working on? Blah, 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 blah. And we're like, oh, okay, boom. Oh, Lord, you come over here. What are you working on? Blah, blah, blah. So we still do it, but back in the days, we did it so much that we kept everybody kept each other on their toes.
Yeah, because I had Guilty Simpson on a couple months ago, and he said it was a cat, super dope guy. He was saying that a cat from New Zealand just sent him all the tracks. But the thing is, I can trust that because I know Guilty is an MC and not just a rapper. And isn't it, okay, new question, is it any way, or do you think people will be welcoming to, like, if you, not like a management company, but an artist and development company?
Robert Smalls was born into slavery in 1839.
I mean, if that was the way to go, I mean, I don't know if artist development still,
Henry McKee.
It's still relevant to what's going on today.
No, I mean just for us, just for our sound.
He started taking most of his work down by the Charleston Docks.
There's money involved in it. I mean, it works.
Yeah.
People don't move unless there's money involved.
Right.
If there's a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, there's no pot of gold. It's not going to happen.
Even though a black man in that era would not have been called a pilot.
No,
So, I mean, that's unfortunate, but that's how it is.
facts. Because who needs a mentor if all I'm going to be? And at the end of the day, it's what I'm about to say is going to sound crazy, but who needs a mentor if I'm just going to be dope?
They were doing
Right.
well enough that they
You
were
know
allowed
what I'm
to
saying?
live in a
So,
home
and you always need somebody to guide you to at least make
The
certain
Civil
type
War
of
started
records.
literally just
That's
outside
what-
Robert's door at Fort
and-
Sumter in Charleston Harbor.
We
The
never
Confederacy
had any
recognized Robert's skill
at
and pressed him into
Duckdown.
service as the
And
wheelman aboard the
nervous
CSS
and
Planter,
you know,
a
like I
side-wheel
said later
steamer
on,
that
at
had been
Duckdown we
converted
never
into
had
a dispatch
hanging
boat.
off.
The Planter delivered
That
dispatches,
was a
troops,
pro
and
and a
supplies,
con.
as well as
Pro
lead
is
wine,
you never had
then
nobody
carried
breathing down your
torpedoes to
back
protect Charleston Harbor.
and stuff like that.
Robert was a
But in
trusted
the
member of
con
the
is
crew, and his piloting skills
a
were
lot of
valuable
bullshit
due to his
records
knowledge
went
and
to the
experience
crack.
with the
You know what I'm
coast.
saying? Like,
But like
if
any
we had
human
somebody
who is
there
treated
actually
as
guiding,
property,
making like certain type of listening to the record and saying, well, this one is this and this one is that, it would have kind of, helped out. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
You still need that person to help you to get that goal.
Damn. That's sad, man, because it's a lot of I'm sure it's a lot of good MCs out there that they need a Mr. Walt, they need an Evil D, they need a Primo, they need a Lodge.
Right, but a lot of them don't want to listen.
Right.
They don't want to take their advice. When someone is bigger than you on a certain level, they're not going to listen.
Damn, that's which is horrible, but it is the music business.
Yeah, it's bad.
What do you think is the reason female MCs are held back? Jean Grey, Rod Digger,
Right.
Bahamadia. Light.
That's the reason why they held back. Life. that just sums it all. It's life. Life gets in the way. Male MCs, life doesn't get in the way with us. If we're having if our girl is pregnant, the only time we take off is maybe the week the baby is born or the week before the baby is born. I started Break the Impact, right?
Mm-hmm.
The first Beatminerz record. The day I started recording the record, July 6th, 1999. Terrell was born July 5th, 1999.
Dang.
So you see how that is? Like,
Yeah.
If you have a top 10, if you have 10 people and the top 10, and you ask them their top 10 list, 8 of them will have a list full of males, no female on it. Lauryn Hill deserves to be on everybody's top 10 list, but the reason why Lauryn's not on there is because of life.
Damn.
She took time off to have kids, And when she took that time off, other MCs came and kind of took their mind off of her. So when a woman goes to, do life, the chance your spot might be taken.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? So it's life that really stops the females from getting being where the males at. There's a lot of dope females. Only others fucking been dope forever. You know what I'm saying? And of course, Lauren's dope, Muhammadina's dope.
Jean Grey.
MC out of Detroit called Invincible. Invincible was incredible. You know what I'm saying? Both Brown is ill. Of course, Rod Digger is ill. There's a lot of dope MCs. Shorty Noma is dope. I'm working on an MC right now, Marquis. Marquis is dope. But life got in the way.
Damn. That's hard.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah.
Damn. Because, man, mainstream media always trying to make it misogynistic, and they always trying to make it seem like men just won't listen to female MCs. If you dope, I know the underground cats. If you dope, and we don't care what your gender is. If you dope, you're gonna be rhyming nice. We gonna pay attention. So,
right.
And it's
And
just.
I just want to clear the air real quick. Like, I know he's not here to say whatever he said, but sure, there was a stigma that.
I remember that.
That wasn't true. That was true.
I remember that. That was hilarious.
Yeah, but it kind of pissed some people off. And he was, first of all, Sean did a lot of shit to make me laugh. That's number one. And for other reasons, which I can't say right now, but what he said about the female MC, it was like I said, it was just some small controversy, but he's not that guy. He's not the asshole that you think that he is, where, he don't like female people, fuck him, blah, 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 this and that. He just did that just to start some controversy and stuff like that, but he's not that guy. He respects you. Whoever touched that nice male or female, he respects you.
That's what's up. I remember hearing that. And because I'm familiar with his rhyme style and, his personality, like I used to talk to him on Twitter all the time. And I was like, nah, he don't mean that. But it was hilarious. It was definitely hilarious.
Nah, he was doing that shit just to put some controversy shit or whatever, But I just don't want people to be like, he's a dick or he's this, he's that. He's not. He's just trying to be funny.
Yeah, it was hilarious too. It was hilarious.
It was.
At the beginning of one of his songs, he was like, "What I like about rap, me." Yo.
So one day we're doing Nocturnal. We're working on Nocturnal, and I bring merch, Pop to D&D.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm introducing him to Rock and Rock. And I said, yo, this is my man, Rock. Rock, this is Pop Snoop.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, instead of saying, and Pop said, yo, hey, what's up? Instead of saying hello to Pop, fucking Sean goes, yo, I'm nice. I said, what? Yo, I'm nice. I just want to let you know that I'm nice on that mic. The guy, he didn't even say hello to him. He said, yo, I'm nice. So I had to go to Five. I said, yo, Merch, that's how Sean is. He just be fucking around and blah, 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 this and that. I'm saying, yo, I'm nice. And I was just like, you gotta excuse him. That's just how he is.
Recently.
So, yeah.
Recently, Talib Kweli told the same kind of story. He said he put it right before Sean passed. He sent him his music, and Sean responded in a text, "You're almost as nice as me." Right. That's how he is, man. That's how he was.
Hilarious. Well, I'm gonna tell you one thing, man. That's guy was the sweetest guy. He will always have you rolling. Like, the shit that he does, like, if you see those duck down little snippets of him doing funny shit, that's just the way he was in real life. You know what I'm saying? That's the way he was in real life.
He seems like a wonderful guy to be around.
He was a wonderful dude. He was a wonderful guy. He definitely will make you laugh. He was hilarious. So our little fallout, it was small because even when we had the fallout, he still managed to make you laugh with the stupid shit that he was doing. And as he got older, he just got worse. He got worse. Like, he had a show on Beatminerz. So I know him personally, like real, like on like the back of my hand. So I knew, okay, we can't break the show around Sean. Because Sean would be like, he'll wake up one morning and just be like, man, I don't want to do the show today, and won't do the show.
Damn.
So PF Cutler was his DJ. So I saw PF, I said, PF, listen, we can't make the show around Sean because you know how Sean is. Yeah, I know. I said, so we gotta, like, I know sometimes Sean is not going to show up to the show, which I was wrong. He showed up to every show.
Wow.
He did the show. You know what I'm saying? But I know him like the back of my hand. That sometimes he'll fuck with you and sometimes he won't. It counts how he is when he wakes up. But he's always came through. But just in case if that didn't happen, me and PF knew we got to do it a different way.
Wow.
Yeah. But, you know, that's how Sean was. If you know the situation you get into, you can't be that upset about it.
Exactly.
We already knew what we were dealing with.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
That's why I was never upset about certain things because I already know how his mind works.
Yeah, man.
I already know how his mind is.
You can see that in his music.
Right.
You can definitely see that in his music. It was insane, and I like the off-branded way he would give you props. Like, it's this one song. He's like, how's it go? He was like, Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with. Who can't click ain't shit to Wu-Tang.
Yeah. My favorite line is Sean Carter. Sean Carter is nice. What is it?
Yeah, I know that one. Yeah.
Nice, but Sean Parker is the best.
Yeah. He was like, New York is run by 3 Seans. Diddy, Sean Carter's nice, but ain't none of y'all fucking with Sean Price.
That's right. Hey, yo, he meant that.
And he brings me back to the old school days when you would crack open an album. Believe it or not, 90% of the hip hop that I fell in love with is due to the credits. Remember, years ago, there was a section at the bottom of the credits. All my homies would run into the production credits. I would run to the shout outs because my mentality was, if Mr. Walt and Evil D shout you out, you're dope. So I'm going to go to the store and look for your album.
Right.
And that's how hell, that might be how I stumbled across you guys, because I was like, somebody may have shouted you guys out. It might have been a De La, if I'm thinking right, it was a De La Soul album. They may have shouted you guys out, and I was looking for you guys at the record store. There was this place called Gramophone that I did most of my borrowing from.
Right.
I'm not going to call it stealing. I borrowed records, and then they closed before I could get it back. So the record store closed before I could get them the merch back. So,
you know, it's the world's greatest jazz. What is it? The world's largest jazz store. Is that still open?
I don't think so.
Wow. Yo, let me tell you something about Chicago. I love Chicago in the summer.
Say it again, Mr. Walt.
I love Chicago in the summertime. Dude, I was out there New Year's Eve one year, And I went to that spot. Evil had a party to do that day. So we was out there, and I went record shopping at that spot. And I went to a couple of other spots. You know, it was so cold out there, dude. I was just standing on the corner, and I just started crying for no reason.
Yeah, that's Chicago.
That's how cold it was out there. And I was like, how do you guys fucking take it out there? Like, how do you do that?
You know what? Okay. This is my technique. I cannot tell you about anybody else's technique. I make sure I never know how cold it is outside. So when I dress like it's going to be the coldest in the history of the world. So when I get out there, I don't know how cold it is because I really believe this. I think it's a psychological thing. Like it snuck up on you and got you. You were probably underdressed for Chicago. And I tell anybody, hey, look, when you come here, dress like you're going to the North Pole. Perfect example of what I'm talking about. It was this polar vortex. I used to work for the Washington Post. Polar vortex. I'm on my way in the office. I'm walking down the street, right?
Right.
It was 30 below zero for the whole week. So I'm bundled up. I know that sounds crazy. 30 below zero, that sounds crazy, but it's Chicago. I was born here. I'm walking down the street. Oh my God, it's cold. But I'm bundled up. That's Monday. Tuesday, I'm ready though. Tuesday, wow, it's cold, but I'm used to it now. Wednesday, oh my God, it's cold. You know, it's like, oh damn, it's cold. But it's just cold in my mind. Wednesday, I don't pay attention to the weather. I go out, I'm bundled up again. I'm ready to go. I'm walking down the street, and I say to myself, oh, it's not that cold today. I loosen up my scarf. I take the mask down off my face. I say, oh, no, it's not that bad. I look up. It's 28 below zero.
Right.
So if you get it in your mind that it's going to be extremely cold, you're going to think about the cold and it will defeat you. Right. If you just go, it's insane. I'm out here. I got to deal with it. You dealing with it and you block it out.
I guess that's mind over matter.
Right.
Right. And I guess I need to do that for the New York one series out there. Because I'm going to be real. I'm ready to go to Florida. I'm ready to go to Florida and look retire.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? At least retire in weather.
Right.
Not retire in music, just retire in weather.
Right.
Because I can't take these New York colds no more. But, like, I just don't understand Chicago. I don't understand Minnesota.
Now that's.
I don't.
Hey, bro.
Like, you guys are worse out there.
Yo, that Minnesota cold will beat the hell out of Chicago's cold. They invent the cold and ship it down here. That's next level. That's one of my supporters. His name is RC. He's from Duluth, Minnesota. Hey, that was the first time in my life I was like, what in the hell is going on? I've been to Minnesota twice.
Right.
I will not, I'm with you. I will not, from Thanksgiving until Easter, I will never see the city of Minneapolis, Minnesota, ever again.
No, I try to avoid Chicago in the winter. Like, if I get a party to do, then of course I got to come out and do it. But I'm telling you, I try to avoid Chicago in the winter time at all. Like, I just can't do it.
Well,
I don't know how.
This is what you do. From literally, like the day you said, New Year's Eve into Easter, you don't want to be here. Like, it's regular cold from November into December 31st. January, February, the beginning of March, no deal.
Right. I don't get it, man.
Hey, man. Hey.
I don't get it.
Now that you brought that up, your favorite places to visit outside of the greatest city in America, Chicago?
Atlanta, Georgia.
Whoo.
Atlanta, Georgia. I will always, my heart is in Brooklyn. That's my heart. Like, I'm a Brooklyn guy forever. But I fell in love with Atlanta the first time I was playing out there. I've always been in love with it. Nashville is number 2. I love Nashville.
That was different.
Yeah, everyone says that too. But I experienced Nashville a few times, and I really enjoyed every time I was down there.
I would have never. Oh man, you could have bought me. I'd have bet my life you wouldn't say that. Okay, next up.
You know what I love? I love when I do come to Chicago. I went to the Chosen Few.
Yes, sir.
Picnic. That was one of the greatest moments of my lifetime.
Do me a favor, man. Tell my listeners and the rest of the universe that's don't hear this that in the summer, you already said it, but reiterate. I keep telling them the stuff you see on the news, the stuff that is highly overrated. Because I don't know if you know this. You know what all the stuff on the news and all that.
I've heard stories.
Most of that stuff is right down the street from the Chosen Few, and you didn't even know it.
What you were saying?
You didn't even know that most of that action that you hear about is right down the street from the Chosen Few.
Well, look, one monkey don't stop no show.
Right, right.
Yo, if you want a life alternate experience and music-wise, you gotta experience that Chosen Few picnic, man. That is incredible. Yo, I was down there 2011. I tried to make it back, even though I haven't. I tried to make it back every year. I planned. Yo, I gotta go to Chosen Few this year. I gotta go. It never worked out, but every year I tried. I was so like this year because of the pandemic, and we had to watch it online and stuff like that. But I'm telling you, yo, there was records being played over there that I never even knew about it. And I learned about it from going to that picnic. And I got to see Frankie Knuckles play before he died.
Nice,
so that was like a big time thing for me.
Well, hey man, next time you're in Chicago, hit me up. You got my number already, but I'm telling you, that's every Friday in Millennial Park, hosted by the city of Chicago. That kind of music is being played every Friday all summer.
Oh man, you need that. That music right there is incredible. Like that's the foundation. A lot of that is the foundation for the hip hop.
Yeah.
Hip hop records, man. Is that? We used to call them just radio records back in the day. But these records, yo, those records are the foundation to what we're doing.
Yep.
That shit opens you up differently. So trust me, that is definitely needed out here. It's needed all over.
Yeah. I mean, man, I tell people all the time, if you want to enjoy yourself, come to Chicago from Memorial Day until maybe 2 weeks from now. Well, 2 weeks from now, the end of September, you will have the time of your life.
And on the real, like, I'm a hip hop guy first. Hip hop is my foundation. But when I'm spinning, my lane is that. That's my lane. R&B, like, a little disco here, like, that's my lane.
Yeah, hey man, I'll send you music. We'll offline we'll exchange information. I send you all that stuff, man, because it used to be it used to be like a civil war here in Chicago with hip hop and house music. They used to look at us the way we look at the dudes with their pants off their butt. You show up in an Adidas tracksuit with some Pumas, or with some Pumas and some jeans. They like, no, you cannot get in. No, beat it.
The house community is very particular who rocks with them and stuff like that.
I'll say it, they're bougie.
Yeah,
I'll say it, they're bougie.
Right, but you know what? They have that right because they work hard. Because a lot of people, never really fuck with them.
Yeah.
So they have that right to do that.
But yeah,
they have that right to do that. Right.
Yeah, I've been telling my supporters the whole time, hey man, if you want to have a good time, show up in Chicago, it's going down. Right. And it don't stop. Tell me about Nashville though, man. Talk to me about Nashville.
Well, we did a couple of parties down there, and it was just, it's just you know what it is? It's a little Atlanta.
Okay.
A little Atlanta. Maybe that's why I like it, because it's a little Atlanta. But it was, I just loved it down there, man. It was a nice vibe. I've traveled to a lot of places, man, and it takes a lot for you to stick out to me. And that's what Atlanta and Nashville did. It was just a nice vibe. And a lot of, like, a few of the cats that was, you know, they moved down there from New York. Because everybody was going the Atlanta route. Some people moved to Nashville. Just to get away.
Okay.
So, yeah, it was different. It was different.
I've only drove through Nashville. On the way to Atlanta.
Really nice.
On the way to Atlanta, yeah, man. Okay, give me the other two, well, other 3 of the 5.
Places that I love?
Yeah, well, actually 2, because you gave Atlanta, Chicago in the summer, Nashville. Give me the other 2.
Right, let's get that clear. Chicago in the summer.
Yeah, Chicago in the winter sucks, even as a Chicago.
I like Tampa. I like Tampa a lot. I like Tampa, and this is only to visit, not to live. LA. I won't live in LA.
Too expensive.
I like to visit LA. LA is cool.
Yeah, well, you just made a couple of my supporters extremely happy. Sister Low Key and my man D Great, we do a show together, so
okay.
I'll be hearing it from them too. Like, yeah, you heard him say LA. But yeah, man, Nashville. I'm gonna have to check out Nashville, man.
Yeah, check out Nashville when you can, man. It's a nice spot. It's really nice.
Before we shut down,
Memphis is a different planet.
Yeah.
Memphis is a different planet, yo. So I can't see myself in Memphis.
Yeah, nah.
It's a different way of life now.
Hey, man, Memphis is really the south side of Chicago. Let me just tell you
Right.
Memphis, that's a monster. That's an untamed monster. that Memphis thing. And in Memphis in May, if you go down there, you would think you in Chicago. As many Chicagoans are there.
Right. I was down there in May 1 year. I was down there and I was like, okay, I gotta get out of here.
Yeah, it's insane, man. It's insane. Before we shut this down,
okay.
It's been a pleasure, first and foremost.
Thank you.
Let me have some people that I need to be looking for on the underground side.
Well, repeat the question?
MCs that I should look for that are on your radar, they may not be on our radar.
We have a record coming out with this guy named Truth. We produced the whole album.
Okay.
He's dope. PF put it together, but we produced the whole record, and he's coming out. I don't know. There's no date on it yet, but if you stay with me on my social media.
Will do.
Definitely, we will let you know when it's coming out. Who else? There's of course, you know, the Griselda movement is
right.
Is popping. So, you know, I'm a big Benny guy. I like Benny. I think Benny is smart.
Benny's nice.
I don't know. Yeah, he's nice. There's a guy in Oakland I like a lot. He's down with Gamla. He's dope.
Okay.
Can't think of anybody else. I'm sure my mind is drawing a blank. Whenever I get questions like these, I always draw a blank.
It's natural. It's natural. But again, man, Walt, man, it has been everything I expected it to be. It's been a true.
Thank you so much, man.
It's been a true pleasure talking to you, man. Please come back.
Well, definitely. All you guys do is hit me up. I know I'm ready.
We'll do, man. Because I got a million more questions, but I don't have a whole lot of time. So,
anytime you want me back, I'm there.
man, thank you. Thank you very much, man. Thank you. Salute to you. Salute to the Beatminerz.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you for all the dope music for all the years. The music that I borrowed and the music that I paid for.
Look, and there's more to come because we're finishing up a new Beatminerz album, Me and Evil, called Stifle Creativity, and that's coming soon.
Thank you.
So this is, I'm mixing a couple of more songs and we're ready to go.
Tell you what, when you get a release date, let's bring you back and let's rock out with it.
Definitely. Definitely. As soon as I get that date, I'll let you know.
Thank you very much, man. Again, thank you. I salute you. Thank you for the Rick, man. I really appreciate this. It has been a true pleasure for me because I've been enjoying your music. All right, man. Much love. Thank you very much.
Thank you, bro. Take it easy, guys.
All right, thank you.
All right, cool.
Peace. For you guys, man, thank y'all for tuning in, man. Thank you for the supporters, man. That's one of my favorite producers. I try not to have people on that I don't rock with their product. As you saw, my man got down. I appreciate you guys for tuning in, man. It was a longer interview than I anticipated. Things got flowing. Much love to Big Illinois. Much love to Joe. Much love to 334, J. Ron, Low Key, D Great, DJ Mad Knox, Black Swan. Who else in here? I said Mad Knox. Background listeners. Shell. My man Cheers Roundtree. Good to see you back, my brother Moni. My man Deacon Dale. The Iron Sheik. I said D Great. If I miss you, just still want to girly girl line shots to my head, not to my heart. I want you guys to pay attention to this last thing, man. Y'all know I always drop some history in my show. It was super dope having you guys. Please continue to listen. Tell a friend to share. Hit the like button. Share on social media. It's going down. It's your man HRap. It's Build and Destroy. It's a movement. We celebrate our lives, our community, our finances, our history, our people. 2 fingers, 1 word. This is your man HRap, and I'm out of here.
Hi, I'm the History Guy. I have a degree in history and I love history. And if you love history too, this is the channel for you. America's very excited right now about a new movie that's out that stars a black superhero. And of course, that's notable because black lead roles are really fairly uncommon in Hollywood movies and black superhero roles even more rare. And with no disrespect whatsoever to that film, what I would say as the history guy is that if you wanted to make a film about a black superhero, you should have made a film about Robert Smalls, a man whose heroism throughout his life was so amazing that he deserved the title superhero if anyone ever did. And his story deserves to be remembered. Robert Smalls was born into slavery in 1839 in Beaufort, South Carolina. His mother was a slave and his father is not known, although it may well have been his owner, Henry McKee. When Robert was just 12 years old, his owner, McKee, started running him out as a day laborer, with, of course, McKee keeping the money. As Robert was interested in the sea, he started taking most of his work down by the Charleston docks, first as a stevedore, unloading boats or doing dock work, but eventually on the boats themselves as a sailor, a fisherman, a sailmaker, whatever would take him out to sea. And eventually, he became so familiar with the coastline of South Carolina that he became a skilled boat pilot, even though a black man in that era would not have been called a pilot. He was probably called a wheelman. In 1856, he married a fellow slave, a hotel maid named Hannah Smith, who had 2 daughters of her own, and then together they had 2 more children, a daughter and a son who died at a young age. They were doing well enough that they were allowed to live in a home separate from their owners, but of course most of their pay still went to their owners. The Civil War started literally just out front Robert's door at Fort Sumter in Charleston Harbor. The Confederacy recognized Robert's skill and pressed him into service as the wheelman aboard the CSS Planter, a side-wheel steamer that had been converted into an armed dispatch boat. The planter delivered dispatches, troops, and supplies, as well as laid mines, then called torpedoes, to protect Charleston Harbor. Robert was a trusted member of the crew, and his piloting skills were valuable, given his knowledge and experience with the coast. But like any human who is treated as property, Robert really yearned for freedom, and that was particularly true then because Hannah's master had become abusive, and he was afraid that master was going to sell Hannah away. He wanted to buy Hannah's freedom, but he didn't have nearly enough money, and so they had to escape. And in May of 1862, he saw his opportunity to do that. Smalls had noticed that the Confederate officers made a habit of leaving the ship at night, so he and the other 8 slaves aboard hatched a plan. On May 12, 1862, the planter was docked in Charleston, carrying a load of 4 cannon that were intended to add to the city's defenses. When, in the evening, the officers left the ship, Smalls and the crew took the boat, met their families at a prearranged spot in the harbor, and fled to the Union blockade. This was no simple feat. Had they been caught, they would have all certainly been executed. The harbor was well defended, with 5 Confederate harbor forts, each capable of destroying the boat. But Smalls knew all the proper signals, and even impersonated the captain standing at the front of the boat. Once free of the harbor, they lowered the Confederate flag and put up a white sheet, hoping the ships of the Union blockade would see it. Yet they were still nearly fired upon by the Federal blockade fleet. As the captain of the armed clipper, USS Onward, seeing the Confederate gunboat, ordered the guns to ready, a crewman with binoculars saw Smalls and his compatriots waving frantically from the deck. Once the captain of the Onward boarded the planter, Smalls reportedly asked him if they had a Union flag that the ship could fly. Incredibly, Smalls' audacious plan had not only allowed him to steal a Confederate warship from a well-defended harbor and deliver it to the Union, but also to deliver 9 families from slavery. No superhero ever accomplished more. Smalls became a hero in the Union, but the Confederacy put a $4,000 bounty on his head. His knowledge of the Charleston harbor and defenses was invaluable to the Union, and he ended up serving as a pilot aboard a number of Union warships, including the now USS Planter. Having planted mines for the Confederacy, now he helped the Union to disarm them. An 1883 naval report noted that he participated in 17 Civil War battles and engagements, including serving as a pilot aboard the ironclad USS Keokuk during the disastrous attack on Charleston, April 7th of 1863, where the ship was savaged by Fort Sumter's guns. The heavily damaged ship was able to withdraw under her own power, due in large part to Smalls' considerable piloting skills. In December of 1863, he was back aboard USS Planter when the steamer got caught in a crossfire between Union and Confederate troops near Folly Island. The captain of the boat, James Nickerson, panicked and ordered the boat to surrender. Smalls refused, knowing that he and the other black sailors would face execution if they were captured. He took command and was able to navigate the boat outside the Confederate guns. For his heroism, he was made captain of the Planter, the first black man to command a United States ship. During the war, he engaged in other heroics as well. He was instrumental in convincing Abraham Lincoln and Secretary of War Edwin Stanton to allow the recruitment of black troops into the Union Army, and helped to recruit former slaves for the 1st Volunteer South Carolina Regiment, one of the first black regiments. He supported efforts to raise money to educate former slaves, and he himself achieved literacy. He was voted an unofficial delegate to the Republican National Convention in 1864. Also that year, when he was forced to give up his seat to a white passenger on a Philadelphia streetcar, he left the car rather than sit in the open overflow platform. That small act of rebellion helped to motivate the state of Pennsylvania to integrate public transportation in 1867. In Robert Smalls, whose heroics to this point I think already qualified him for superhero status, did not end his heroics with the end of the war. Following the Civil War, the South went through a period that was called Radical Reconstruction. Spurred by the 14th and 15th Amendments, which guaranteed the right of black Americans to vote, black Americans were able to participate in the American political process for the first time. So-called Union Leagues were created, essentially as a branch of the Republican Party, and encouraged political activism on the part of black citizens. This facilitated a period of Republican domination of Southern politics. Robert Smalls was part of this. He was a delegate to the 1868 South Carolina Constitutional Convention. He was elected to the State House of Representatives and then to the State Senate, and in 1874 was elected to the United States House of Representatives. But this was a brutal era in U.S. politics, where anti-Reconstructionists frequently used violence and intimidation, often through shadow organizations of the Democrats, such as the Ku Klux Klan and the South Carolina Red Shirts. 35 African-American officials were murdered by such organizations during the period of Reconstruction. Small's life was threatened by a group of armed redshirts at a political rally in 1876. Over his long political career, he had to endure threats of violence, false and trumped-up charges, and open intimidation of voters. One contemporary observer noted in her diary, "Political times are simply frightful. Men are shot at, hounded down, trapped and held till certain meetings are over, and intimidated in every possible way." Eventually, Democrats won back the South and enacted numerous constitutional and legal changes designed to disenfranchise the black vote. Robert Smalls conducted his long political career during an era where serving meant risking his life, and the mere act of a black man voting was an act of heroism in the face of violence. 10 minutes is far too short a time to go over all the causes and crusades of Robert Smalls. The man who escaped slavery by audaciously stealing a Confederate warship underneath their very noses, never backed down in the face of adversity. The young man who had to flee slavery because he could not afford to purchase his wife's freedom, after the war used the money given to him by the Union as a prize for capturing the CSS Planter to purchase his former owner's home. The young man who was central to the Union decision to incorporate black troops into the Union Army eventually was made a major general in the South Carolina militia. In 2004, when the U.S. Army named a massive Besson-class logistic support vehicle the USAV Major General Robert Smalls, it became the first U.S. Army vessel to be named after an African American. Through it all, he faced threats of violence and discrimination. In the end, he even had to fight for his pension. It turns out that the first black captain of a United States ship was, because of his race, never officially commissioned. Robert Smalls served throughout the Civil War 17 engagements, technically, as a civilian. Robert Smalls died of diabetes in 1915 at the age of 75. On his monument is a quotation from a statement he made to the South Carolina legislature in 1895. "My race needs no special defense. Their history in this country proves them to be the equal of any man, anywhere. All they need is an equal chance in the battle of life." I'm the History Guy, and I hope you enjoyed this edition of my series, 5 Minutes of History, short snippets of forgotten history, 5 to 10 minutes long. And if you did enjoy it, please go ahead and click that thumbs up button, which is there on your left. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to write those in the comments section. I'll be happy to respond. And if you'd like 5 minutes more of forgotten history, all you need to do is subscribe.
We are built for this network, for the strong, not the weak.